Okay then, we back for another episode. As you can see, my brother's playing co-host today. I'm James Weaver, once again with Deep Thoughts Whiskey Shots Podcast. Go ahead and give your name out for me, Mr. New Co-host.
I've lost all control of my life. Please help. Oh, my name's Spencer.
That's right. He gets no say-so. We just move him from spot to spot as he chooses. And then the Goon Squad chair, the new producer today. Maybe today permanently, maybe today only. We'll see. Go ahead and introduce yourself, sir, Degenerate Extraordinaire.
Hello, I'm Blaid. You know me, the Degenerate Extraordinaire.
Blaid.
Sitting in the goon chair today, so we're gooning it up.
His ego's so big, he needed his own camera.
That's true.
He had to go back to his own camera. He couldn't handle just being co-host. He had to be his own little room and everything.
I'm
Moving
surprised
on
it wasn't
up.
you first, but you know.
Well, you know, still the star of the show. That part never changes. Everything's good.
My point exactly.
So speaking of which, we're talking about egos and everything. You know, everything going on in the world today, it's a little crazy. We talked about a little bit in the last episode, World War III. You know, who knows what's changed since this week. You know, we kind of peel back the curtain. We try to record a little bit in advance, you know, so sometimes we're not completely up to date on modern events, but we do our best. You know, we definitely do our best. I want to give a shout out to my wife real quick. I can't really see it, but she got us these badass little ice cubes that are shaped like guns for the podcast. Look at that right there. That's pretty cool.
That shit out. That's pretty gangsta.
That's a badass. So once again, appreciate you for being one of the good ones. I got a great wife. Spencer, go ahead and tell them what we're sipping on today.
It's the same thing, to not break immersion. It's Jameson Black Barrel, once again.
Triple distilled, good smooth shit. That was a full bottle when we started on the last episode.
True that.
It's a good alcoholics drink. I like it.
Yeah, nice and smooth.
Straight from
not
the
too
bottle.
crazy. Go ahead and sponsor us, Jameson.
Please.
So, you know, kind of talking about egos and shit getting out of check. In the last episode, we were talking about potential World War III. Have you guys heard about this new Helldivers 2 game? Have you checked this out?
Oh, yeah. I love that shit.
So you're into that? You're in that game right now?
Oh, yeah, man. It's basically like ODST, but on steroids.
Go ahead and explain what ODST is to people that don't understand.
Orbital Drop Shock Trooper, I think is what it stands for. And it's like a Halo thing. I'm sure everybody knows what Halo is. So.
Old Xbox heads, they definitely know what that is.
Oh, yeah. We all know. We all know.
So, like, what I think is really cool about this game and what I think is so different about it, and this is honestly kind of revolutionary when I was really looking into it. Like, you're literally working as a world group to conquer planets and what do they call it? Not conquer. They don't say conquer, but what do they call it? Liberate. To liberate entire planets. And, like, if you don't work as a team, the planet will literally rehabilitate itself to the point where, you know, you have to start all back over. So I think that's a pretty cool concept. Like, I think they said nobody to date's been able to clear out an entire planet. So, like, it's one of those games where if you don't stay on top of it, if you don't have a squad staying on top of it, they will gain their shit back. You lose it, and it's just that quick.
Yeah, it is a very active map, too, because, like, from whenever I started, I know that the bugs are now closer to Super Earth, so it's worryful.
Yeah,
worrisome?
Like
worrisome.
It's an actual, like, war. Like, if you don't keep up, if people aren't playing, they will take over and win. Like, they will beat you.
Oh, yeah, it's gnarly. And then you get to the automatons. Oh, I thank you, good sir.
Always,
and whenever you get to the automatons, that's whenever it gets fucking sketchy as fuck, because they're thinking, shooting beings.
Damn.
It's kind of awesome.
Apparently, there was a new cutscene that just dropped, like, you know, I guess thinking about it in retro, it's been a week or two.
New cutscene drop?
Yeah, it's been like a week or two.
Oh, shit.
But apparently it shows where, like, they nuke a planet and then, like, one of the guys that's hugging one of the robots and everything explodes or whatever, and it's kind of just, you know, how the world's changing as the game goes on.
Yeah.
But, like, that concept of a game is fucking crazy where you literally have to work with everybody worldwide. And, like, you want to talk about killing egos. Yeah, that's the thing.
This is like a full-on world game?
No, like, literally, like, how many planets do you think there is? There's like countless planets, right? It's like a ridiculous number of planets.
I really don't know. I've just been playing the fuck out of it is all.
Yeah, so basically the way the game works, Spencer, is it's like you're like let's just say like stormtroopers or some shit, right? Or what's Stargate troopers or whatever they are. And like you basically go from planet to planet and there's these big bug robot things.
Yeah.
And you have to try to liberate an entire planet, but the thing is you work worldwide, MMORPG style, but everybody works together. But like So say us three had a squad, right? Because this squad's
Sure.
of 3, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
So
It's squads
say-
of 4.
Squads of 4. Okay, so say the 3 of us and someone else had a squad, and we worked for like 4 or 5 hours all throughout the night just to get this planet down to 2%, and then we have to log off because we've been playing for 8
So then
hours.
some other squad comes in and does some of the work too.
But they work too. Yeah, they could do some work too. Or they could
Oh,
be
wow.
simultaneously doing missions. So like you're 2% plus their 2%, and then you see it drop by 4%, 5% of the time instead of just 1 or 2. The thing is though, is that if no one's going after that planet or accomplishing
It's
missions,
just going to take forever.
no,
Yep.
they come back.
Oh.
So they said like to this point, I don't think no one's actually completely conquered an entire planet. I think the lowest they got it to was 5%. Then people logged off and they woke up the next morning. It was back to 70%. Like they took
Hell.
back over.
There's
there
been a
ever-
couple of planets.
Yeah.
There's been a couple of planets that
They
have
got
been
close, right?
100%.
They actually 100%ed?
Yeah.
Then that's new, yeah, because they didn't by the time I saw the story.
And then, just like you were saying,
Yeah.
overnight they were back down to like 80, 82%,
Yeah,
that kind of shit.
They treat it like real war. Like you have to station people to protect it and everything. Like it's crazy. Like you have to. But the thing is, you have to cooperate with. I think it's already now. It's only PC, PS5 right now. It's not on Xbox yet.
PS5, I don't think it's on Xbox. I know it's on PC.
Yeah, because I know the joke was they were saying that once all the Halo players from Xbox join in, then they'll actually start
Get some
accomplishing
shit
planets.
done, yeah.
Get some shit done. But yeah, I like that concept of
that
a game
sounds
though.
so unique. That's really
right?
cool.
That's cool, right? Like
It-
it's
it-
literally worldwide connected.
But like obviously something like that wouldn't work if you just didn't have enough of a fan base to be playing it first and foremost.
Right.
So like I'm assuming it's got a pretty good amount of people on there. Yeah.
I mean, I don't know if you remember, but we came to record an episode a few weeks back, and Blaid was trying to show us the game, and this was so swamped up that he couldn't even get in a server. There was just so many people.
I do remember that.
Yeah, they recently did an update where they fixed that.
Oh,
But,
okay. So you
let's
get into a game
see.
easier, right? Or there's just more servers.
Yeah, they unlocked the servers a little bit more for like I think 700,000 instead of 70,000.
I was about to say, yeah, 70,000 at 3 apiece isn't enough servers. You know,
And
what I
that was
mean?
the sexiest update ever.
I bet it was. And then what's crazy is they're smart where it's not even like they added 10 times the servers, but it's not 10 times easier. Like they actually made
Like
the
they scale
difficulty.
it up and
yeah.
down. Okay.
Like we'll let you have 70, 100,000 people or whatever, but it's going to be hard. Like you're going to have to earn that shit. Like it's not an easy game.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever heard of a like worldwide type of game like that, other than maybe like Minecraft, that people can all come together and do something like
Right.
that. You know?
Yeah, and Minecraft is more like you're either a troll or like Sea of Thieves. Sea of Thieves is like that.
Yeah. Okay, I've seen a
Sea
little
of
bit
Thieves,
that, yeah.
but that is really like you're either a dick or you're cool. You know what I mean? Like there's no middle ground.
I'm so out of the sphere of modern games. I haven't really sat down and played one in a long time.
But see, that's why I like Sea of Thieves so much, especially when me and this dude over here get
Does
to
it
playing
feel
because
retro?
it's not necessarily it feels retro, but I just like that it's like really trying to take on the world feel. Like Blaid, go ahead and give me your vibe, but that's why I love playing it. When we play together, it gives it like a take on the world, go conquer some shit, like a real pirate type. Like fuck everything, it's just freedom.
Oh, we're talking Sea of Thieves.
Yeah.
Oh,
Because there's
boy.
times where you literally like we'll play and we're literally getting treasure and fishing, but like it's like if you think about it, like damn, we just spent 2 hours fishing.
Yeah,
But,
there's
yeah.
legitimately times where you're out on the open sea and you can see nothing but
The
ocean.
sea.
Yeah.
And you're like, okay, how do we pass the time? Time to fish.
Yeah, and it's so
Exactly.
beautifully colorful. Like that's like what I would call my depression game. Like if I'm sad and just need to play something and get lost in the world, and like now they had the greatest update ever where you can have a solo server, so people can't even fuck with you. If you just want to sail the ocean and chill, no one can mess with you. And it's like
That's pretty cool.
yeah, I mean that's what we were playing on the last time not too long ago. But like
That's like the modern version of just I'm gonna go take a drive.
I mean, but yeah, but like
Yeah.
okay, but validate what I'm saying. Tell me it's not a beautiful world whenever you're just sailing around. Like it's beautiful.
No, it is. The water is really good. Yeah, it's beautiful looking. The gameplay is awesome.
Yeah, like definitely, like we need to figure out how to get you an Xbox, and we'll have to live stream us all playing that game one day. You know, maybe we'll branch out into some gaming shit.
Hell
but
yeah,
that
get
would
some
definitely be
pirate
something.
cruise.
Yeah, pirate podcast. We'll call that one.
Hell yeah.
I think the whole time
The
I'd just be
deep-
fucking with y'all.
I mean, but that's all I do. I
Yeah.
call myself captain, and I just be like first mate, hand job, or whatever. You know, just start some shit. That's what everybody.
It never happens.
It never happens, but I try every
I
time.
want God mode on.
But like, what would be your like what would you like, Spencer? Me and you. So for anybody who doesn't know, you know, me and him are legit brothers. You know, by blood, by last name.
Somehow, some way.
We, as different as we are very similar.
Yeah.
And me and him have had a lot of, you know, we played a lot of our own games. We played a lot of video games together. We were kind of, I don't want to say shut-in nerds, but we just kind of minded our business and kind of did our own thing. And you know, like it was like our best friend living together, so we never really bothered, like, you know, well, that's just how we were. We could play everything, do anything. As brothers go, we've never had a fight like that, you know, nothing crazy, knockout, drag out, like
Yet.
yet over this podcast we might, but I would argue to say that in terms of brother relationship, we got one of the best out there, like plain simple, period. Like all sentimental shit aside, it's my little brother, it's my little dog. Like we handle a lot of shit together. We've never had issues. Like it's a good feeling. Like I give him shit.
Dog.
I give him shit, but I'm allowed to give him shit. You know what I'm saying? Like that's just the kind of relationship we have. But what's some of the fun?
Don't listen to this liar.
I'm speaking from the heart, asshole.
Thank you. I will say that it is a little bit odd because it's not quite the history in our family
Yeah.
for brothers to be getting along. So
Hell nah. Yeah, we're kind of breaking a family curse, to be honest with you. Like the fact that we're working together, we're able to do a podcast together. Like we're trying to, like I wouldn't have, like other than these two dudes right
stabbing
here,
each other's backs together.
At least we tell each other, hey, I'm about to stab you in the back. Would you like to help?
How can I best stab you in the back?
But in terms of like a podcast partner, like I wouldn't want anybody else to be the producer, the helper, anything than my brother. That's one of them dudes I can trust. And then I got my best friend Blaid over here to help me out too.
That's
sorry,
me.
Ricky.
Too many pencils.
Sorry, Ricky. You're also a best friend. It's just we couldn't have so many people. Don't feel. I know you're a constant fan. Don't feel bad.
You'll
All
be
right? That's
you'll
your
be
shout
on
out.
here soon. I promise.
We always love you.
We had to give you a shout out, Ricky. Ricky. Makes me think of Ricky the Goose from Super Pets. Have you ever seen that shit? Secret Life of Pets. He's like Kevin Hart's the bunny. He's like, then there, my boy, he really didn't give a fuck. My boy Ricky gets like a human on sight. It's a little goose.
what were you trying to get into earlier?
Anyway, so what would you say? Like we've had a lot of memories. We've played a lot of co-op games.
Sure.
So my point is like, what would you think is our favorite co-op game like that we've ever played that was cool?
Any of the sports ones were fun to play because it was like you're legitimately a sports fan and I'm not. So it's a lot of like me trying to figure out how to do this optimally.
Right. Figure out the game as we play, like
whatever,
the real game.
That and like whatever that like third party or third person RPG Mortal Kombat game was. Remember that one?
Oh my god.
Yeah, that was,
Shaolin monks.
Yeah,
that
was
sounds
cool.
like Shaolin monks.
It's one of those games that I found out later on that like a lot of people didn't like, and I was like, really? This was kind of cool.
We had great memories
but
playing that. Yeah,
I've never played a Mortal Kombat game before, so
he wasn't jaded by that. Like, and like if you want to
we
look,
still to this day never got to beat.
yeah, we did. We beat Shao Kahn.
Goro, whatever.
Yeah, we
Goro?
did. Yeah, we did. Yeah, we did. We finally beat him, and then we never played
I think
again.
it was one of those like I'm so jaded that we just got it done. I was like, I'm going to the bathroom.
Probably. I think it was one of those ones like, no, what happened was we had tried like the 50th time, and then I think you died, and I had like 1 HP left.
And you managed to.
And somehow, like, you're like, fuck this, I'll just be back for when we have to do it again with no, and I somehow got him, and then, you know, we beat Shao Kahn, and we beat the game, and it was like, he came back. How'd you do it? I don't know. I threw a fireball and he jumped into it somehow.
I just kept spamming Hadoukens.
Basically,
that's all.
yeah.
That's the wrong game.
That was one,
I wouldn't have known.
and then see what I like about that game is, like you said, a lot of people talk so much shit on it, but like for us as a brotherly memory, like we had a good time playing that game. Like it was cool.
Like like maybe to get to a bigger conversation about that shit, but like stop the unnecessary like disagreements and banter about art in general, because like it means something to somebody, right? Objectively, like we need to stop making some of the shit so objective that it's like, all right, if it doesn't hit this metric or it doesn't hit this metric, like stop looking at scores, stop looking at movie reviews, stop looking at the shit. Go experience these things for yourself and then make your decision if you like it. But there's too much of this emphasis on like what other people think first and foremost because they have authority. Fucking stop that. Tangent over. Sorry, go ahead.
Well,
that shit was beautiful.
No, that was good, because that's one of the things that I will say I respect the most about my brother is when he started. He's a musician. He started doing that whole thing. He started in jazz. Like we were a rock and roll family and shit like that. And this motherfucker comes out of jazz.
Now?
Yeah. How's your feeling on jazz now?
Now? I mean, it's
just the music.
I'm tired, honestly.
Just the musics.
It was one of my stepping stones I took, and maybe I'll return to it. That's the way I think of it.
I mean, it's a good genre. Just it's like anything else. You have it under your belt. It's like being a mixed martial artist. If you can box and kickbox, it's a good thing to have both skills.
What's the hardest mixed martial arting in your opinion?
Oh,
Muay Thai.
No, jiu-jitsu's to me the
hardest. Okay, let's
jiu-jitsu is complicated, but once you understand that most of the motions are the same fucking motions.
But this is how I look at it. Like to me, like Muay Thai, they're both chess, right? They're both chess
Yeah.
in their own way. But to me, Muay Thai, just because like I was actually taught how to box, like standing up is just so much more comfortable than being on the ground, especially being underneath somebody and having to figure those moves out. So to me, personally, jiu-jitsu is probably the most complicated because it is a thinking man's game while someone's choking you or trying to break something.
Oh, you just don't give them your back. That's all.
But think about how many jiu-jitsu practitioners couldn't like or would submit you with like what is that called? Not a guillotine, but what's that position called? Salvatore position or the crucifix position when you're across their chest and you got both their arms.
Oh, the crucifix.
Yeah, like when you got to figure out how to get out of that by shifting your weight without breaking your own arm because the guy's got you like this and you're trying to like that's tough, bro.
Yeah.
That's you're breaking your arm.
Yeah, I mean crucifix. I feel like crucifix. You might as well give up the fight because unless they
Yeah.
get tired, you're kind of in trouble because they're literally laying. What a crucifix position is, go ahead and look that up, producer.
I
for the
gotcha.
day.
I gotcha.
But what the crucifix position is basically like if I was laying across your chest and I had this arm around my legs and that arm I was holding by the wrist and extended out. So you're like this. I'm across your chest and all you have is your lower body free.
This sounds like something you might have pulled on me when we were kids.
Probably. We did have. Oh my god! You remember the wrestling matches we used to have on the couch and shit?
Yes, but I did have one point about the whole martial arts thing.
Yeah.
So
Okay,
there's
so-
a Brazilian
Jesus.
Jiu-Jitsu version of it, which is this
That's
right
not
here.
the crucifix that I was thinking of. I'm thinking.
That's what I'm saying too. This is
Yeah,
the,
this isn't
the
okay.
Brazilian
That picture right
Jiu-Jitsu
there.
version.
That's what I'm talking about. But you have the arm fully extended out. So like that. That's like the beginning.
Man.
Yeah. So like, bro, I remember in the first UFC game, like if you got someone in the crucifix, you basically
You
won
won.
the game. You
Yeah,
won
you
the
won.
game. Yeah, it was like that. Like you
Yeah.
just got them there and hit elbows, and they like it was so hard to defend on the game. It was so easy. Like that's how you beat people.
So that'll definitely be the difference between like your standard crucifix and your
Yeah.
Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu
Okay.
crucifix, because from here
You can
you've
get
got
shit like that.
all sorts of shit. You got like a nice reverse arm bar here. You can
Yeah.
choke them out here.
When you get into like the Peruvian neckties and shit like
Yeah,
that. the
exactly.
crazy
Or you can swing your
Americanas.
hips up and under right there. Just
Yeah.
kind of work that leverage.
Yeah.
And just kind of hook it into his hips, and you're able to just fucking be on his back.
But see, like I know for me personally, like throwing hands has always been just natural. Like I can box. Like
If we're-
No, I can too, man. It's just I'm a small guy compared to big dude over
well, let me
here.
ask you a question. What was your most natural combat style from learning?
Probably boxing.
Okay, so what do you feel like yours are best?
My best.
Like, yeah, if you had to go into, let's just say, war with something, like what would be your go-to skill? You can only pick one skill
you
to go
got
into
two
war.
weapons and one skill. Weapon one, weapon two.
What skill? Would you take your jiu-jitsu? You taking your boxing? Like, what do you think is your best
Krav
skill?
Maga.
Krav Maga.
All right, I'm gonna fucking throw a curveball in here and say my Jeet Kune Do, because that's the mixture of all of them, and that's technically one martial art.
Okay, now let me explain. I'm gonna throw a curveball for you. As much as I say, I feel
All right,
like,
let's go.
as much as I feel like I think boxing and throwing my hands is the most natural for me,
Gun.
I feel like the bang, it's over, fight's over. But like I feel like my most natural is I'm probably a better wrestler / grappler than I am at throwing hands, because if I get my hands on you, I'm
Yeah.
gonna flip you and pick you up and throw you around. And I'm
Kick your knees,
and like
bitch.
the thing is, and this isn't trying to talk out my ass. You can ask these two guys right here. Like there's strength and then there's me. Like when I get my hands on you, it's just a little bit different. Like I'm not saying there's professional athletes and shit that obviously ain't stronger than me. No shit, Sherlock Holmes. I'm saying for a street guy that's untrained, like you don't want me grabbing you by the shirt because you're gonna get yanked up and yoked up. Like if you're
He
anything
do
less than
have some
300
raw power. It's
Well,
weird.
Yeah.
Here's the
It's
thing
scary.
with that too is that you obviously fucking built like an ox, but
Yeah.
like it's how you use that power, how you and that's where the skill is involved. I'm assuming.
Yeah.
Is like where do you channel all that into?
And that's what I'm saying.
Using momentum and
knowing how to throw your butt. And the reason why I
Yeah.
say wrestling is because I played football for 15 years. Tackling people, driving them to the ground, keeping myself from getting driven to the ground. Those are generic wrestling skills. Footwork. Like you've seen me play basketball. I got great footwork for a big guy. I don't cross my feet. You know what I'm saying? I can slide,
True,
move,
true.
this and that. So like for me, as much as like I can knock a motherfucker out, like I feel like if I grabbed you and just judo tossed and throw people around, it's probably the most easiest for me.
I think
You know
if
what
you
I mean?
learn judo, it would be the scariest fucking thing ever.
yeah, that's what I'm
that'd be
saying.
terrifying,
like,
right?
A little bit of training, I think it would be terrifying because if you're already that good without
just
like
natural
quote unquote
skill.
formal training.
Yeah.
It's like how much energy were you wasting before, and how much can you preserve?
That's my gripe with Superman, bro. Because Superman, he just is
Zero
like,
formal
hey,
training.
I'm fucking strong and I can do everything, but I don't know martial arts and I suck against magic.
But I mean, he's got endless stamina. He can literally throw wild punches and just.
That's
doesn't
true.
get
But
tired.
just imagine if he fucking learned how to throw
Dude,
a punch
fuck
like
that. They literally got Superman to the point where he threw a lasso around the galaxy and he dragged that motherfucker and claims he did 99% of the work. I don't need him knowing martial arts skills too.
I'm just saying,
If
if
Superman
Superman,
had-
learned the shit that the Diaz brothers learned,
Bro, fuck the. Think about if Superman.
game
I don't-
over.
I'm not
Like-
gonna say fuck the Diaz brothers. That's not
oh
something I'll
hell
say.
no, you never do
Nah,
that.
I'm sorry. That was just to say what I wouldn't say. All right, Diaz brothers. I love you guys. You guys are some of my favorite of all time. Nick and Nate. I love those
Our
guys.
address is.
Stop it.
But I remember when they came to Dallas for the UFC event, me and Ricky went and they were just yelling, "Who got the weed? Where the weed at?" And we were just like, "Damn, these guys are in the middle of the fucking concourse, bro. Just who got the weed? We trying to party." And I was,
This is probably an opportunity to hang out with the coolest guys ever.
I thought about it. I really did. I thought about going up there and calling my little Puerto Rican connections. Hey, man, I got the Diaz brothers on the line. What's up?
What-
You know what I'm
What
saying?
kind of good do
that
you
would have
have?
probably been the coolest thing you would have
Bro.
partied with. The coolest thing I've ever gotten to party with is the guy that made the Texas Ale Project.
Texas Ale Project?
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
when it was.
No, dude, you party with the Belushi, Jim Belushi, bro.
I didn't party with them. I asked
Bro,
for.
you opened his dispensary as a band. He was there partying with
So
y'all.
what?
I hate to tell you guys this, but I don't think you can top the one that I got.
What, almost getting by the Tiger King?
Oh, that's a good story for
Oh,
later.
I want to hear this story. By the way,
Okay.
guys, we're
Are we
going to talk
doing this
about
now?
this. Yeah.
No, we're not doing this
No,
now.
we're going to do
Is
this now. Yeah,
are we
we're doing this now. So
Okay.
just so you guys know, just so everybody has that general
This
idea here.
Spotlight's literally on
Okay.
you, Blaid.
yeah, all
so
right.
you got a solo camera this episode. You have to
I
tell
do.
the story.
I do.
But here, just to get a general aspect, okay? This is my first time behind camera, behind microphone, like this, doing this kind of thing. This is literally my first time ever trying to do this. I didn't do no school plays. I didn't do the school news report. I didn't do nothing. I don't like
You played Baloo in the
live action Jungle Book.
Jungle Book.
Okay. I was Baloo in the live action
And
Jungle Book.
it was a whole thing. It was supposed to be
And
like
yes.
hold on. It was supposed to be like a blue face. It was a little darker than they thought it was. Ooh, on the old school
Dark blue
Polaroid pictures,
face.
it did look right. He got blacklisted from every theater in
Yeah,
America.
it just happens that way sometimes, guys.
So
I mean, come on.
he's a born natural actor and a dancer.
I'm a
Little
born
thing that we know.
entertainer,
He's a
but
born
y'all will
entertainer.
never know.
But he made a racist fuck up.
And yes, those were my natural hairy titties. That was all me live action.
He got them
No.
hairy areolas.
Hairy butt cheeks.
Hariolas.
No, but all joking aside.
Areolas.
Areolas. Oh, shit. That sounds like a disease. All joking aside, this is my first time doing anything in front of a camera. So if any of you are like, that guy's not camera good, go fuck yourself. I'm learning on the job. Spencer here is a legit professional musician. He's been in front of the camera. He's done production shit. He's done recording. He's even made little music videos.
Baba
If-
Booey.
If he ever feels comfortable, he can throw his shit out there enough so y'all can go look it up and all that. Blaid has done camera work. His cousin has his own little head of production company, right?
I still think he freelances, but yes.
Okay. So at the time they were really trying to push it. Go ahead and explain what almost happened during this project time, Blaid, that you almost got hooked up into.
Boy, so at this point in time, we were running a lot of what was it? Like dive bars, going into dive bars, watching people, recording them, offering our services, showing how the life is. And we were looking on Craigslist one night, and we had saw that some guy out in Oklahoma needed some video work. And we were talking about it and all this good stuff, and we
Well, what-
decided ultimately not to go with it,
So
right?
real quick, around what year was this?
Oh man,
Like 2013-ish?
yeah, somewhere around there. And we decided not to take it because he's got a family. I'm just kind of hanging out there, and so along the lines, we wait a long while, and I started connecting some dots with the whole Tiger King thing, and I realized, holy shit, that could have been us.
So here's what's funny.
And it's just some wild fucking shit right there.
Here's what's funny. Okay, so I was currently going through, I don't want to say divorce, but I was going through a breakup, and I was trying to figure out the whole situation with my kids
a
and everything.
domestic divorce.
Yeah,
to
so
speak.
I was trying to. Me and him were hanging out a lot, just get my mind off things or whatever.
Hell
so
yeah.
One day we're hanging out, we're day drinking and other shit and whatever. And he's like, Tiger King. I was like, man, I ain't watching that dumb shit. And I think this was in the middle of COVID, whenever it came out and was blowing up.
Yeah.
I was like, man, I ain't watching that shit, bro. I think I came over that day at like 12. I didn't leave until like 9. I think we watched the entire series that night, like one after another after another. Here's what's crazy. By episode 5 or 6, something clicked in Blaid. He was like, holy shit, that was the project I was about to do. Like, it was wild. Like, something clicked. He goes, wait a minute. I think they were showing like a driveway up, and you're like, wait, I know that driveway. I've seen that driveway.
Yeah, because they had showed pictures on the Craigslist ad.
And then that's what it was. Like, he said because I remember you saying you got so far and you saw the property or you saw something like that. Like,
and then some shit was just like, oh, fuck, why is that familiar?
And then, then he was kind of like, man, I think I've seen that thing. And then it was like, by episode 3, he's recognizing certain buildings and certain roadways in the city. He's like, man, I've been there. What am I looking at?
What the fuck?
And then by like episode 5, when they're talking about the main guy, John or whatever his name was, becoming his boyfriend or whatever, and he's like, holy shit, that was about to be me.
That could have been me.
And that's what I told him too. I was like, man, you would have been methed out and whored out in a
Don't
heartbeat.
you want to be famous?
But that's so crazy to think about. You could have been the Tiger King's husband and didn't even know.
I'm just saying it would never happen. I would have murdered everybody there.
Between you and your cousin, who would have been the Tiger King's husband first?
Probably me.
You won't throw your cousin under the bus like that?
No.
That's a real fucking man. Respect.
Probably me.
Bro, that was such a... Now, I know it's been a little while there, but he's in Fort Worth Penitentiary? He's like
yes.
Fort Worth, yeah.
Yeah. They did a documentary with him in there recently.
We can go visit him?
You could literally
You can
send
if
him
you
money
want.
if you want
Dude,
to. Yeah.
let's get an episode with him.
But it's... no
Send
shit.
some dollars
He
to his
probably would,
commissary.
too. He probably would, too. If we ever got enough following, he definitely would jump on an episode, like, just to get his
That'd
name back
be
out there.
pretty cool. If you guys want to send some commissary to the Tiger King, that'd be awesome.
We
Just let
only
him know
need
it's
about-
courtesy of, Deep Thoughts and Whiskey Shots.
Make sure he knows we're the ones that said it so we can try to get an interview with the man when he comes out, But that's what, bro, talk about a weird fucking series, right? Like, have you seen Tiger King?
Nah.
Okay, dude. Like,
No.
I know I tell you.
I know of it, but...
But no. I know I tell you a lot of things that you got to go check out. This is by far the weirdest real life story I've ever seen. Like, these people come in, they're like ex-convicts and like druggies and people that can't get normal jobs, normal day-to-days, right? Come out of jail, shit like that. He gives them jobs to basically train and mess with tigers and lions, and because it wasn't more than just tigers. He had tigers, he had lions. What was the other
And
big
bears,
one?
oh my.
And bears are mine. There we go.
Bears on mine. No,
We're on top of it.
But no, he had another big ass cat. It wasn't a cheetah. He had those two, but it was like another
a jaguar, maybe? Or
jaguar or a mountain lion. It was another big, like scary.
I imagine
big
it'd be
cat.
a mountain lion.
Right.
Probably mountain lion, right in Oklahoma. Like
Yeah.
I would say,
Oklahoma.
Oklahoma.
Yeah, the whiskey's kicking in.
I
But
see
like
that.
he
I'll help you out.
drink your own, man. What the fuck? But what's crazy is, dude, we got glasses for days if you want a glass.
Oh, I know.
But
I know.
so what's crazy is like, so this whole story, and again, I know most of y'all probably already seen this when we were going through COVID. We all watched it, but just to explain, it's my brother here. Basically, what it was is it was this dude that was like a local redneck celebrity who owned like a petting farm, and then he started getting local fame, and the local fame blew into something bigger, and then the internet became a thing, and then he started doing like an internet show like, this is my tiger Joshua, and this is what he like to eat, and da-da-da. So it started growing a following, and then he started letting people pet the tiger
So he
cubs.
was an internet influencer at one point?
At one point, yeah.
Wow.
So and then that bitch Carol Baskins that
I
he always be
know
talking
I know
shit.
about Carol Baskins, yeah.
Oh, did you see her husband actually came back? The one that they accused her of killing?
No.
Yeah, did you know
Hold
this?
on. He's alive?
He's alive, bro. He came back.
Okay, hold on.
He really
I'll be
did-
back.
Look it up real quick. Yeah, he legit went to Costa Rica and came
All right,
back.
let's roll for bullshit.
What is it? What do we got?
It's some bullshit.
That's an 11. Yeah, we'll roll for 11 for bullshit. Yeah, no, the Carol Baskin's husband actually came back. He really did just get away from that crazy bitch. Like, it's wild as shit to think about. But he so yeah, Spencer. So anyways, he so this Tiger King guy. That's kind of how he grew up. He
That
hired
motherfucker's 81 years old.
he was old as shit when he married her. That was the whole thing. It was definitely a sugar daddy situation.
That bitch.
Bro, he picked her, dude. Think about this American story. She was like, I don't want to say a hoe, but she was a teenage runaway. The dude
Come on.
picked her up.
You could say the word hoe.
Well, but I don't know how she really was.
You just
know she
can't say
hoed.
the word.
She was picked up off the side of the street as like a hitchhiker, right?
Yeah.
This dude just so happens to be a millionaire, billionaire, whatever in Florida that has this cat sanctuary. He gives her money to keep her happy. She's a little fucking nuts. Next thing you know, there's a van that just has his wallet, the keys, and everything in a private plane up to Costa Rica, and they accused her of killing him. Come to find out 20 years later, the motherfucker actually did
still
just run
alive.
away. He did just run away. He just got
Wow.
away from her.
Wild. Yeah, he legitimately just ran away to Costa Rica.
He just had to get away from her because apparently she was like obsessive and crazy and shit.
He did
and
everything everybody wants to do in a married life. They're like, you know what? I'm going to save up
Just
enough
gonna
money
bounce. I don't
and
know
just
what
going to
you're
leave
talking
to Costa Rica.
Hold up. I don't know what you're talking
Of course,
about, honey. I'm happily
James
married.
and I would never ever do that in any sort of situation.
As James's best man.
Yep. Both these guys were best man and groomsman.
That's true. I was there looking like John Wick.
Yeah, and apparently I learned after the fact that you were pissed off.
Why were you pissed off?
What?
That I was best man.
Oh,
You were
yeah,
mad?
I was.
Are you for real?
No, not really.
Oh,
You're like, you son of a bitch.
You son of a
I
fuck.
felt bad for him, but I was like,
Hey,
dude,
hey.
my brother, come on now.
Yeah,
Like,
you,
No, I
know,
get
you know
it.
what that meant for me?
now, hold on. But that being said, I better be your fucking best man.
Oh, really?
I don't know. I mean,
It would be-
your cousin's probably going to be the best man, yeah.
No, I doubt that.
Blade,
Oh, okay.
Blade, it would be funny if I was your best man.
That'd be hilarious.
You know what? Yeah, Spencer's going to be my
Do
best
you want to
man.
roll for it?
Roll.
All right.
All right, evens
Get-
me, odds
look,
him.
look.
Evens him,
Yeah,
odds
let's
me.
go with that. Oh, it's odds.
I'm the best
it's
man. I
James.
won.
It's James.
I won.
All right, get divorced. Get divorced. I want to do it again.
Oh, God. Oh, no.
That's fucked up.
Just turn right back around.
That's
All
fucked
right,
up.
so like,
so getting back into it, yeah. So this chick, like, yeah, the husband just straight up actually left, but when he left the entire Florida, like,
this sounds
what's it
like
called?
this guy sounds like John McAfee to a degree.
kind of.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh, but what was there's like Big Cat Sanctuary, that was hers, right? Something
Yeah.
like that. So yeah, so he basically left Big Cat Sanctuary and all his money to her. She turned it into this big ass thing. Started, hello cats and kittens. Let me tell you about tigers and cats. And then that was her whole thing on the internet. So then they start having internet beef and going back and forth with each other. And then it's fucking crazy how this turned into like I think it was MySpace days, right? Like way back in the day, MySpace days. They're beefing on MySpace for crying out
My
loud. That's
God.
how old this is.
It's
This is
super.
crazy.
It's super funny that you mentioned that Cool Cats thing because that's
Cool
how
Cats
this
and Kittens.
article starts with.
Does it for
what
real?
I'm reading.
How's it start?
says, "Hey, all you cool cats and kittens! Carol Baskin claims her husband isn't dead after all."
Yeah, see?
That bitch Carol Baskin.
That bitch Carol Baskins.
That bitch Carol
God damn it.
Baskins. She's a cheating a skate just
That is-
like the rest of us.
That's the only thing I took away from that.
I mean,
that's
like-
all I know.
No, but see, this was funny. Like, you have to watch this series. I know it's old, but you have to legit try to.
What is dude? 5 years ago, old.
2020.
It is.
So yeah, 4 or 5 years. Yeah.
In
yeah.
terms of the internet,
Yeah, it's old now. But like,
Okay.
here's what's funny.
it's older than 2 weeks.
Okay,
Fucking
so-
old news.
Fair enough.
So you know the meme about the whole like, I'll never financially recover from this, right? You know that meme.
Yeah.
I love that meme.
Okay. But the story behind that meme is legit terrifying. Like a girl who was like 19 got her arm ripped off. And he was talking about the fact that he didn't know how he was going to recover paying for her insurance and medical bills. The girl ended up being so cool and believing in the Tigers and loving the Tigers so much that she didn't sue. She just wanted to keep her job one-armed.
Wow.
She was still there to the day it shut down. And then he was just like, I'll never financially recover. He didn't give a fuck about the woman. And when she saw that video after the fact, whenever they released it, she's like, wow, that's really what he said at that time? Like, he told me all this shit in my person and how great I was and thank you so much and he gave me a raise and this and that. But behind the scenes, it was how am I going to financially recover? Like, that's where his mindset was. Her right there, yeah. From the, what is that, probably the elbow, maybe? A little, about this far
Middle
down
of the
elbow.
forearm down.
About right here, ladies and gentlemen. Probably about right here. You know, enough to have a little hook.
Yeah.
But like, yeah, like,
Well, they'll be hot. They'll be up here with us.
and then she did, and what was funny is she tried to have a sense of humor about it. She's like, at least it wasn't my dominant hand. I got to keep my right hand. But yeah, like, dude, he didn't care that this lady's arm got bit off. He was just like, how am I going to financially recover from her losing her arm?
Jesus.
Like, that's some cold-blooded shit.
We're talking some pretty dark shit already.
Dude,
honestly.
like, this whole story is crazy.
Can we,
Like,
can we lighten this up, man? Like,
no, we need to go through this whole thing.
well, this is actually a big reason why I kind of stayed away from this because I was in a really dark time at that point. As
Dude,
a lot of people probably
But
were.
it's one of those stories, and Blaid backed me up on this, where it's one of those things like you don't believe it until you watch it.
Honestly.
Like, because
the world is crazy enough. I believe it.
no, dude, I'm telling you.
Okay, I'll fucking
hold on.
watch it.
No, but listen, Blaid.
You should.
Blaid, back me up on this, okay? As crazy as the world is, Spencer, and listen to me. As crazy as the world is, some of the shit that they do to these other grown adults, you're just like, how?
How do they
Until
pull
you
this off?
watch. Yes, dude. The John dude was like he literally had a reputation for fucking every female that came and worked on there. Literally any woman that came on and fucked, he did. But he was gay as shit for Joe. Like, no matter what Joe wanted, he did for Joe. And there was even scenes where he's like, whatever Joe wanted, I would do for him right then and there. If we wanted a quickie here, we went and did a quickie here. If he wanted me to jump in the pit with the lions to save his hat, I would save his hat. Like, he was that bought in, but he had a reputation for fucking every female in the fucking
Hey,
place.
dumb question. Is Joe the Lion King?
Yeah,
Or
Joe,
the Tiger
yeah,
King,
yeah,
whatever.
Joe's Tiger
Gotcha,
King.
gotcha,
Joe,
gotcha.
yeah.
Circle of life.
Dude, and this is how wild to get. So he's polyamorous.
Yeah.
So he had 2 husbands, right? He had another dude that came in. This guy was known as, like, he was your stereotypical jock, good looking, and you know, the guy was a good looking guy, jock, good looking quarterback, right? Dude had problems with attitude, could never hold another job, never could nothing like that. Joe took a liking to him, got him hooked on meth, got him hooked on coke. Next thing you know, he's sucking his dick for coke and meth, or sucking that dude's dick, whatever the arrangement was. The dude was so depressed and sad at the end of the day, he ends up shooting himself in the head.
You say this is crazy, but this feels more real than a whole lot of anything else out there right now.
And that brings me to a point of maybe we've lived a sheltered Southern Texan life where it's just like, what the fuck is going on?
Not even that, dude. Like, just in general, people have been getting softer and like not seeing the tragedies of the. And to a certain degree, I'm like, probably for the best. Like,
But it's your choice, right? Like,
it
they
is
made
your
that choice.
right? Yeah. Like, you don't accidentally get into drugs, in my opinion, unless it's like a family.
But I mean, he was drugging him, right, Blaid? Like, that was the whole thing. Is he was like legit? Like,
it was like some terrible fucking shit.
Yeah,
He was
'cause-
putting in the coffee. He was putting
Sure.
it in.
yeah, the food
other
was sprinkled some
things.
meth and shit.
Yeah.
Wasn't there one story he would literally walk by and just be like, say he had an eye on you in particular, right? He wanted Spencer Weaver. He wanted your ass
He wanted your
or
booty.
your dick or whatever.
that'd be the first person, but go ahead.
Your dick booty.
He would literally walk by with a small needle and just kind of.
And then
prick
now,
you.
now
And
I'm
then
like
next thing you-
addicted to nicotine or something.
And
I don't
you're
know about
addicted to-
that. That sounds exaggerated.
Dude, they said that shit on the show.
That
sounds
But
exaggerated.
did
Not
they
this picture in front of me.
Because I mean, okay, maybe
But didn't they say
most
that-
human beings would notice if they're getting pricked by
But
some
they'd
shit.
notice, but they're just like, what the fuck? He's like, oops, sorry. And he'd be like, kind of play it off. But didn't they say that in the show where it'd be like just a little bit to kind of give him a taste?
I haven't
Like,
seen it in a long while.
It's been a
so
while. I might be wrong. I might be wrong.
This dude has small dick energy, and I think he's
Apparently
a piece of shit.
not.
I agree. SDE, bro.
Yeah, but apparently that was his thing too. Is he's like he had a Prince Albert that he could put a fucking full lock
Yeah,
through.
so can I. It doesn't mean I'm pricking other people with fucking drugs all the time.
I learned something new today.
You
What?
learned something today.
I mean, I don't have a Prince Albert.
I mean, we might. If this podcast gets to 50,000 likes, he's getting a Prince Albert.
He is.
We're holding that to him. No, you got to now. We said it. If we get 50,000 likes,
Oh, we
bro.
said it on the internet. I have to do it.
We have to
Okay,
do it.
okay.
Yeah, everything on the
Yeah,
internet
roll-
is true.
All right, fine. Roll for the Prince Albert.
So hold on. So here's where it gets fucking crazy, right?
Damn
Nope,
it.
Prince Albert.
Excellent.
Damn it. It was above 10. Damn it. But here's where it gets crazy. So that dude that was telling you was like the jock.
I call him cock, but go ahead.
Yeah, whatever. But the jock dude that was like the handsome, pretty boy, he actually looked like the dude that played Superman in Smallville, in my opinion. That's honestly what I saw when he looked
Yeah.
at him. Right? Like, I'm not wrong, right? So he,
Interesting.
or the dude from Euphoria. I don't know if you've seen Euphoria. That's
I've
another
seen it,
crazy
not
show.
seen it.
We'll talk about Euphoria one day. That's another crazy show of
Yeah,
today's
not today.
age.
I'm already having to be educated on.
I've
one
heard
show.
that shit is pretty
Bro.
borderline.
All right, fine. Hey,
It's not
can
borderline.
Can I make you a deal?
What?
If I watch this, will you watch Breaking Bad?
Oh, that's probably going to be my next series.
Have you not watched Breaking Bad?
I have not.
It's pretty good.
I've officially finished it.
We're
just
in
the other
season
day.
11 of Walking Dead, and then after that, we're looking for a series. Probably Walking Dead be the next, or not Walking Dead. Breaking Bad probably the next one. 'cause
I would
heard so
actually
many good
be
things.
interested in you watching Better Call Saul first and then Breaking Bad. I think that'd be interesting.
It's like prequel
yeah.
leading into it. Yeah, I like
Yeah.
that. Yeah,
But-
you should watch Better Call Saul.
But I feel like they did that on purpose, where it's Breaking Bad, then Better Call Saul. Like I feel like
But
they did
they've
that on
done it-
purpose.
Of course, money.
But they've done it.
Okay, yeah, fair.
They've
Money's
done it
everything.
in such a way that I think you can watch the latter first.
Okay, it's one of those series where you can watch them out of order, and it's still.
You actually get a different experience, in my opinion.
It's like a Tarantino film. That's how I like explaining Better Call
Interesting.
Saul and all Breaking Bad and all that stuff.
Breaking
It's
Bad
like
is a whole lot more action. Like
Bro,
in,
yeah.
I'm not gonna lie. This 11th season of Walking Dead, again, I know we're way behind at times, but it's not nearly as good as the other ones.
I
Like,
would have told you that, brother.
Dude,
Yeah,
I
it's-
stopped watching as soon as Michonne was
gone.
involved. Like, I was
Involved?
like, oh, cool. That's awesome. This is going to get worse from
Bro,
here
a
on
black
out.
chick with a samurai sword? How do you not watch?
I mean, granted, that's
Are you not
amazing.
inclusive?
I
Are you
love
not
it.
progressive?
Love the
Love it.
locks.
Yeah, she's a pretty black chick, bro.
Indeed.
She's a
but-
pretty,
As
she's a
every
pretty
black
chick,
chick-
period. Like she's pretty, period.
But I just couldn't get into the rest of Walking Dead at that point because it was a whole bunch of drama rather than like actually living through the zombie apocalypse.
Got it. All right.
Sure.
So I'll put it like this: like once they get past the saviors,
Yeah,
part,
write that down. Oh, natural
he rolled-
one. I
yeah.
win.
Natural
I
one for
win.
racism.
He rolled
Spencer's
a natural
wrong.
one.
Spencer
I
rolled the
am
natural
right.
one for racism claims, and he was wrong. So
Am I racist?
Now he is racist.
he rolled a 10. What was the DC check?
I'm. What is that? Which one is that?
I don't know. It depends on the character.
All right,
But
well-
anyways, like honestly, for me personally, like The Walking Dead started getting boring when Rick dies.
Rick
Or-
Moranis?
Dies.
So if this doesn't show you how out of it I am, I didn't know he died.
Well, he,
Oh,
obviously this
spoilers.
show is like 15 years old or whatever.
Spoilers,
Fuck.
bro. What the fuck?
Yeah, what the fuck, man? But like basically, Rick sacrifices himself, but he really does it, and that's just to lead off to a spin-off series. Because there's the one called The Ones Who Live, which is Michonne and Rick. It's just so they can make more money following
No,
the
their
series.
spin-off series, The Walking Fred. It's their buddy Fred.
Hey, I'm Fred. I walk. My name is
just,
Fred.
It's just a slice of life.
What if it's
really
Fred
wholesome.
Burger? What if it's Fred Burger
What
from?
if, James? What if? What if Canyon?
I like nachos.
God damn.
Fred Burger. Fred Burger.
Fred Burger.
Yo, Dracula gonna
But
be
I started actually like I became such a fan of the Walking
Dracula
Dead
don't
series.
give a damn.
Dracula don't give no damn.
Dracula says you suck.
But I actually started reading. What was crazy is like, have you guys ever watched a TV show and then try to go back and read the book and then realize it fucked with?
Hell no.
Didn't you read Percy Jackson that fucked with you for the movies?
No. I read the books first and not the show.
That's
Oh,
Dune.
Okay. Dune
I-
for you,
That's Dune.
Dude.
bro. The Walking Dead for me, because like now that I'm this far in, I was like, let me start reading the comics. And like in the show, Shane lasts like 6 seasons, right? In the comics, he's dead by like issue 5.
Issue 5.
Yeah.
Yep.
Like he has his mental breakdown by issue 5 and Carl shoots him then. But in the show it's like this whole long drawn out like descent into madness.
The comic book is way different. I'll tell you
Dude,
that
the
much.
comic book is dark as fuck.
Oh, it is.
Holy shit, dude.
Huh?
If you wanna like change the way you think, like that comic book is deep dark as shit. What's the problem?
Oh, you want it. There we go. There you
He
go.
wants a Woody. But like yeah, that comic dude, the comic book is dark as shit by comparison to the TV show.
Oh yeah, it really is because it's all dark.
Dude.
There's no
Like-
good things. It's like Warhammer 40K.
So you've read the comics?
yeah.
Okay, like you know the part, like they just got to the part in the Rick and Michonne, the ones who survived where they lost Rick's arm. Rick's supposed to lose his arm against the governor. They never went through that shit.
Yeah, I remember he had like a little harpoon on it.
Yeah,
A
some shit
harpoon
like
style thing, and then it was an ice pick, and
Some
then it
shit
was
like
something
that.
else.
Something to stab zombies.
Yeah.
And then like Daryl's not real in the comics.
It's kind of like, Daryl's not real.
Not real, bro.
His brother,
Merle is real.
Merle is real. And
the
it's kind
roles-
of like Merle's arm is what he gets.
Basically, everything from what I've read so far is everything past the point where Merle dies in the show and Daryl takes over. That's actually just Merle in the comics, where Merle becomes Rick's right hand man, but he's a racist redneck. But he's just a badass racist redneck. I know we've talked about like some of our favorite childhood memories of me and you growing up, and some TV shows like that. You recommend Better Call Saul. I'm talking about Walking Dead
And Breaking Bad.
and Breaking Bad, obviously. What would you say is like? See, I don't even know if I can say this question because like. Okay, so if I asked you what's your favorite series of all time, like something that you could rewatch again, what would it be?
Rewatch?
Yeah.
I mean, you can always go to like season 1 to 3 of Family Guy. Like you can pick an episode. You know, it's always
Family Guy is pretty easy.
You can put it on the background, cook some dinner. It's easy. You know.
No, but I mean something that you'd want to sit down and watch.
from start to end. I don't have any of those.
No?
I'm not gonna lie. Like
Okay.
it's gonna be years before I rewatch Breaking Bad and Better Call Saul, and that's really the first show that I've sat down and watched episode.
Finish the series.
Maybe Community. I love that one. That's Dan Harmon's sitcom show. But
doesn't it have Chris Pratt in it when he was like fat?
no, that's Parks and Rec.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it has a Joel something. I can't remember his last name. And Chevy Chase before he
Became
up
crazy?
and went crazy. Yeah. And Donald Glover before he got famous.
No shit. Is that where Donald Glover in the on fire apartment meme comes from?
Yeah.
Okay.
And like they have a whole on episode called he gets really into boats, and that's how they like write him off, is that he's going off to sea. and the boat was called the SS Gambino.
Excellent.
Nice.
I was like,
Gambino, nice.
I was like, all right, come on, you gotta love it. But it's another one of those like it's semi episodic.
That's crazy that bro. You want to talk about probably the most skilled, talented person ever? Childish Gambino, Donald Glover.
No, bullshit. No.
Donald.
He got a no.
My bad, Donald Glover. What do you mean bullshit? The dude was a comedian, an actor.
Not a very good one. I'll say no.
He's
I
got a
don't-
couple good jokes.
I don't like it. Oh yeah, okay. You got to write a couple good jokes to be a good comedian.
Dude, doesn't matter.
That's pretty
All
much
I'm
how it
saying
goes.
all I'm saying is in terms of like multi-talented, the dude was multi-talented.
All right, opinion piece. I'm not the biggest fan of his stand-up comedy, and I think a lot of people will agree to that.
What about his rap?
His music's great. I will give him that. His
Bro,
acting,
Childish Gambino's got some good licks.
No,
I really like Yellowbone.
yeah.
That's everybody's like, yeah. And
But
that's like
that
one of those
shit's
songs.
awesome.
You mean Redbone?
Redbone?
Redbone,
Did I
yeah.
say Yellowbone?
Yeah.
My bad.
Racist.
My bad.
Thinking about big booty bitches.
I am always.
And his acting's okay, right? But like,
Dude, have you seen Spider-Man?
Yes, I have.
He's good in Spider-Man.
Yeah,
And,
he's in there.
Even though it's like a minor role as like a dude that's like, hey, don't bullshit me. Like, he's a good dude.
Here's the thing with that, though. I think is that a lot of these guys that are out here like doing one thing really well, the chances are that they can do about 5 things really well. But he's gotten the opportunity, and I'm not bashing on that. He's just gotten the opportunity to be able to do all those things, right?
Right.
With that said, right, like the whole thing of like don't put your eggs in all in one basket. Well, don't put them in 20 different baskets either, right?
But I mean,
'Cause then
the-
you get to be like kind of subpar at a lot of these things, and
But
like,
Spencer, like the dude was so good as a rapper, he retired that persona. Like he didn't need to do it no more because he's like, I made an album as a joke and it blew up.
that's great. That's awesome.
Was it really just one album?
I don't know if it was one, but like he
I
had
feel like
one
it was 2 or 3.
Well,
It
you can
wasn't
look up.
much.
You can look it up.
Yeah, I'm about to do that. I'll be right back.
It honestly wasn't much. I mean, if he did 2 to 3, it wasn't anything much more than that. I mean, he's got a couple songs, but I mean, he blew up.
I get that. How
Yeah.
much influence was that because of his dad?
Now that's the part where you got to really start thinking about how how much the dad. Because who's his dad?
Some mayor of a town or a city.
Okay,
Like he's got money.
he
is what
didn't
I'm
come.
trying
He
to say.
didn't come from being
It's
broke. I
it's
know
literally
that.
the same thing with like Taylor Swift's dad was in the music industry as well. Fucking who am I thinking of else?
No, I did see that. Like
Who did
Miley Cyrus.
Miley
dad.
Cyrus and
Yeah.
Billy Ray Cyrus. You know. like-
Okay, you guys ready for this shit?
Yeah, how many
Sure.
albums?
Okay, so 4 studio albums.
Okay.
So that's at least 4 albums with 12 to 13 songs on it.
10 to
right?
13.
10
yeah.
to
10 to 13?
Right.
Okay,
10
well, I'm
10 to
overachieving. 14 mixtapes and 4 EPs.
Now the thing about EPs and mixtapes though is that can be 1 or 2 songs. Like that's not like
EP can be up
Yeah.
to like 9 songs.
can be up to
Really? I always thought EPs were just like singles.
Yeah, I did too. I
Well,
really thought
a
that-
single is a single. An EP or an LP is a long play. So
Oh.
that's another name for an album, I believe.
That's
Okay.
questions I have for you, Mr. Artist Man. What
So
is
now we know.
EP and LP?
Now
EP
we
is
know.
extended play, and
Okay.
I'm gonna go slightly on conjecture. I'm not totally 100% sure on this, but they were traditionally like the back end of some records,
Right.
the extended play of those. If
Okay,
they
so like
couldn't-
side B and shit.
Well, if they couldn't fit all of them on the one single record, side A and side B, so then they have the extended play, which is just the rest of the album that they intended to put out anyways.
Okay.
But now it's just become synonymous of being like a mini album, you know?
Sweet. It's like cut content.
bro, but like
Traditionally, but like I've put out an EP. I put out EPs with other bands, you know? Like it's the best way to just start because it's like, all right, get it going, and then you can make a new one in like 2 months.
you know,
Yeah.
you know who might have had the smartest business move in terms of a single album sale was when
Kid Cudi.
no. See, do you know who I'm talking about? See if you
Single
know.
album sale?
Yes.
Is it somebody I would know?
Wu-Tang.
Wu-Tang.
Oh, you're talking about the Martin Shkreli.
They only had that one album.
Oh
Single
no,
one.
the billion.
Single
I'll be
album.
right back, folks.
Yeah, it was he's doing research. But like they released an album where only one was made.
Yeah,
one
that
album.
hit the top 10 rarest thing albums
Immediately.
you can find, like immediately.
Like and it's like a
And-
3-hour album or something. Like it's a whole bunch of
But
shit.
that shit was done at a time where if you did something like that, it wouldn't be seen as gimmicky.
But
Now,
my-
if you try, because can I bring up this one band that?
Well, hold on. I just want to say my favorite part about the whole story though is that the billionaire dude that bought it just tried to use it as, hey, Taylor Swift, if you want
Yeah,
to come hang
yeah,
out, you
come
can come
on.
listen to it. That shit was the best part. He tried to
You want
just
to
use it
listen
for
to
game.
the new Wu-Tang Clan that only I have?
You have to
Yeah.
hang out with me. Only I can get it for you.
Oh,
I
that's
believe the
bullshit.
album name was Once Upon a Time in Shaolin.
I think so too. Yeah, and
Okay.
Shaolin's what they call Brooklyn in New York, if I'm not mistaken.
And
Yeah,
I'm
dog.
sure you can find this now. You can just go listen to it
Yeah. Now that's the thing too is you probably released it for
on
everybody.
YouTube.
Yeah.
And like that's what I meant by that, right? Like, when was that released?
Can you 2015? And can you guess how much Martin Shkreli paid for it?
Can you tell me hot or cold and give me 3 guesses?
Yes.
Give me a general. Okay, just tell me, is it over 100 mil? Yeah,
Definitely over 100 mil.
I'm gonna say
That's your one hint.
450 mil.
I'm gonna go
More or
with
less.
650. Who's closer? He said
Of
450.
million?
Yeah,
Oh, I thought you meant thousand. My bad. No,
No,
it
no.
is cheaper than that.
Oh, okay.
but it's
that's
over a
lower.
million.
It is
Single
over a
digit-
million. It's
Single
over a
digits or
million.
double-digit millions?
Single digit million.
All right, 4 million.
I'm gonna say 7. No. Let me rephrase that. I'm gonna say $2.5 million for that album.
Ooh, that's really hot. That's cold. Yours is cold.
Yeah, I'm gonna say 2.5.
Well, what is it then? What is it?
It is $2 million. He spent $2
Two.
million
Fuck
on.
that.
Hold on,
one
let's see how many
album.
songs are on that bitch.
Bro, and you know he just bought that shit for a chance to try to get Taylor at home. That's all that was about.
Why do rich people have money in the first place? It's just
Just-
to get women.
Just to get women.
Like, let's be real with this shit.
Don't worry, we'll eat them soon.
It's all right. Tasty.
Yeah. So, do you know the band Wolfpack?
What? Wolfpack?
Wolfpack with a V.
Nah.
All right.
Right.
So the guy in that the band owner that is a kind of a gimmicky guy, but he's like really talented. Don't get me wrong.
Right.
15 songs for $2 million.
Fuck
Damn.
that.
Fuck that.
shit.
Just to try to pick up girls. Like, damn.
He had there's an album by Wolfpack called the Love of Real Estate, I believe.
Okay.
And what they did was that they sold the spot for track 10 of the album
Oh, wow.
to a band that just wanted to put it on there. And I think it got up to a couple $100,000.
That's crazy.
And they just put it up on eBay.
So
They're like-
anybody could have got in on that bitch.
Yeah, and it's like
Wow.
I have that record because I ordered it.
What was the band name?
Wolfpack, VULFPECK.
Sounds like some German shit.
It's not. They're here.
Really?
Yeah, they're actually the second indie band ever to sell out Madison Square Garden.
No shit.
They're a pretty big deal.
I wonder who the first one would be.
Wolfpack.
Yeah, Wolfpack. Their whole mantra is like we wanted to sound like the rhythm section of the '70s and just have like a bunch of artists work with us and shit.
All right,
And
so
it worked out. with them.
we're kind of getting into this episode, so I'm gonna go ahead and we're gonna do one last little questionnaire
Sure.
for everybody before we end it out.
Okay.
I just want to know what everybody's dream job was growing up as a kid before you kind of set into what you are. So you are now currently a musician. What was your dream?
Chef, dude, I already
Chef?
had that ready to go, and that was very possible. I would have gone down that route.
I mean, yeah, I remember when Ratatouille came out. You fucking fell in love with cooking. It was crazy.
Man.
I mean, I don't think it was
It was-
corresponded, but the timing was perfect.
It was before that though, and
that's
then
true.
it just kind of like elevated. It's like, oh, damn,
Dude,
I
he
really-
literally was gonna
That's
be
funny as shit.
he was literally gonna be a chef, and I think someone bought him a drum set, and I bought him a bass
No,
guitar.
no, no.
And he just-
Legitimate. You want to know the moment that it shifted for me?
yeah.
Because I've always loved music more, but I felt like the chef thing would have worked out better. It was literally when the high school director came to our middle school and was just like, "Oh, you can make money doing this." It was like, "You can?
Yeah.
How?" And then I just kept asking questions like a spurgy little asshole I was, and I figured it out. And I was like, "Okay, fuck this. I'm gonna do this." I'm glad I learned the chef stuff early though. But yeah.
It's super fucking hilarious because our shit is reversed.
Okay, so what was yours?
I've always wanted to be a fucking rock star.
Oh
Nice.
shit! I can see
Like
that,
my
yeah.
first fucking dream job was like I want to be a goddamn rock star. I want to play good music and I want people to be like, "Goddamn son, you're good."
Do you
Let
want
me
to
suck
Do you
your
want to start
dick.
living through me, Blaid?
Yeah, I'll live
Yeah.
vicariously through you.
Vicariously through me.
Yeah, that's what I do, bro. Whenever I come out to support you, that's what I'm doing. I'm like, fuck
you
yeah.
did last Saturday.
Yeah, fuck yeah.
Yeah, nice.
You know, living here,
Nice.
right here.
Girl,
I was there
Oh.
with you in spirit. I
all
told you
were.
to play with gusto and sauce.
We all did. I gotta say, I have two. The real answer is James, as a kid, wanted to be a paleontologist.
Fair.
Something about
Oh, dude,
discovering
yeah.
about dinosaur bones, and like I could tell you more about dinosaurs as a kid than I could now as an adult. You know. But my dream job was to be an office linebacker like Terry Tate. From
Yeah.
there. Like,
Nice.
So that was always my dream
Nice.
job. Like as soon as I saw that Super Bowl ad, and they're like, "I'm Terry Tate, terrible Terry Tate," and you just laying motherfucker. You know you gotta replace the drip if you're gonna drink all the coffee, Doug. Like I'm like, fuck yeah, that's what I want. I want that shit so bad. I need you to put some clips of
The
that.
Terry
Spencer.
Tate office linebacker.
Yes,
Yeah.
Hell
please,
yeah.
please. That
This
was my dream
report
job.
was due by Thursday, Jenny.
I told you to make sure you put a
What's
cover
up,
page.
Shannon?
Oh yeah, hi Shannon, motherfucker. He's just like get back on that guy, and then they even brought in the backup to have his help, and he was there competing and everything.
Oh,
and then,
yeah.
that's how I always visioned me and Blaid as friends. Like it was like he came in as like the.
Y'all
At
were
first we were
competing.
rivals,
Yeah.
competitive rivals, and then it was like, no, we're friends. We're both badasses.
That is kind of how we met, though.
I mean, honestly, 'cause
Summer success, bro.
summer success program in football, and it was more like we competed with each other. Oh, he's strong. Oh, he's fast. And then we started competing with each other, and it was like, hey, he's a badass guy. Let's just be friends. And
That's true.
Here we are now doing a podcast together. That's since high school. It's crazy. First dude to invite me to a fucking party in high school when I was a freshman. He was a sophomore, and friends since. It's fucking wild.
I just like people. That's all you got to do.
Did you ever have like the kid thing where you want to just combine the two careers and be like, oh, I want to be a paleontologist, but I'm also going to be a linebacker and a firefighter?
No, but now that I work as apartment maintenance, there's times I wish I could terrible Terry Tate. Some people will be like, you can't put that much dishes in your sink, Karen, and then just tackle them and just, you know.
That's how I feel about gunsmithing. You don't have to put that much Loctite on a fucking single screw, bro.
Yeah, just really lay them out so they understand they did wrong.
I'm a musician. There's no stress in my life.
Bullshit.
Yeah, okay. All right, everybody. Well, once again, this is Deep Thoughts Whiskey Shots. We appreciate you coming down this wild ride of bullshit and shenanigery with us. Once again, today in the producer role, Blaid, and then in the co-host role today, once again,
Let's roll for how well this podcast went.
where we roll.
It's a 6,
No,
everybody.
it's a 16.
It's a 16.
Yeah.
You changed it.
Oh,
It's 16.
happy.
Fucking
And then I'm your host once again,
14.
James Weaver. Appreciate you guys coming in once again. Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube for all the full episodes. Come find us, like, share, subscribe. We appreciate you guys that are supporting, and then have a good day. Bye.
Later.
Love you.
Bye bye.